Tonight we have a legislative update from Representative Judy Warnick.
Hi, I'm Judy Warnick. I represent the 13th Legislative District.
You've just finished your first week of session. What are you working on?
There's a lot of things going on this session. Even though it's a 60-day session, a supplemental session, there's an awful lot of issues coming forward. Small business tax exemptions, especially for rural areas. Capital budget will be heard again. We heard that this morning in the committee, so we're working on that. I'm on the Ag and Natural Resources Committee, working on forest health and water issues, and the Education Committee, K-12 Education Committee. We're working to strengthen our education system.
The Supreme Court just told the legislature that it is still not adequately funding education and that it wants to see a more detailed plan to make the court's decision in the McCleary case by the end of session. What are your thoughts about this?
It's always good to have a plan. I have 7 grandchildren. They all go to the public schools in Washington State. I have a big stake in what happens with our education system. We put $1 billion more into education last session, and that's 2013, so we're not even done with that. Again, it's nice to have a plan to go forward, but I think that the planning and the funding for education should be left to the legislature, not to the Supreme Court.
The governor continued his call for a gas tax in his recent State of the State address. What is your position?
Well, I have been told loud and clear from my constituents, the last poll we did, it was 83% that said, no, do not tax us. I heard from another Eastern Washington legislator, 95% of people said, don't tax us more. We have to drive more. Our rural areas, we put a lot more miles on our car than our urban setting. Understand the need for transportation. We have farmers that need to get their crops to market. We have industry in Moses Lake especially. We need rail, and that's part of the transportation package. So I understand the need for it, but I'm being told don't tax us more. And we need something that will be sustainable. Taxes are not the thing. We've had a number of different reforms that have been presented. We need to look at those. When we have a bridge that sinks because the pontoons are sinking, we have ramps that don't meet, we have ferries that list, we have a tunnel that's being dug into an area that they don't even know what's in there. There's an awful lot of reforms that need to be done through the Department of Transportation before we put more money into their projects. To wrap this up, I appreciate the opportunity to meet with my constituents. I do want to hear from folks. My information is at the bottom of the screen, so please, if you can't make the time to come to Olympia like some of our constituents have, be sure and give us a call, send us an email, write us a letter. We love to hear from our constituents back home.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.